Well, it is time, Chris, for us to delve into the top 25, the first college football playoff top 25 list
Mm-hmm.
for this season. So, top 25 list, we'll start at 25 and then we'll work our way up to number one and then we'll delve into pretty much seeding. Tennessee coming in at 25. Of course, they lost to Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
So they're right at 25 right now. We'll see what happens. Number 24, we have Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh has been playing some pretty good football right now. So they come in at the 24 position. Number 23, we have Washington. So the Huskies trying to keep keep themselves alive
Mm-hmm.
this season.
They've been playing,
20.
like you said, they've been playing good ball. So
Yeah,
they deserve that spot.
exactly. So yeah. Number 22, we have Missouri. They have a big game coming up. We'll be talking about that against A&M a little bit later in the show, Chris. So number 22, we have Missouri. Number 21, Michigan. The Wolverines are in there. And yeah, it's Michigan kind of off and on, but they've been. I guess you could say they're silently winning, but just waiting for something to happen.
Right, right. That's a good way to put it.
so so yeah. We'll move along. Number 20, we have Iowa. Iowa Hawkeyes, Chris. I know we were talking about them before the show started. I know you have interesting take about their game coming up this weekend. So yeah.
The
What up?
Hawkeyes, man. Who would have thought November they're in the top 20, Kory?
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I would have told you after that Iowa State game. I would have said they were dead, buried, and gone. Gone. That's Nick Saban. That's Nick Saban once said. Oh man, but yeah, Iowa number 20. We'll move along to 19. We have USC. USC still chugging along, Chris. They just waiting around, kind of like
Right
Michigan.
there. Trying to see if they can find their way.
It's funny because you start seeing the teams these are clearly the teams that are like just knocking on the door, just asking like, hey,
You
like
want to lose? You sure don't
exactly.
want to take an L? Yeah.
Like, what's up, man? You ain't came outside in like weeks now. Just checking on you. So yeah, USC at 19. We'll move along, Chris, to number 18, Miami. We all know what happened to them last week. Heartbreaking loss in Dallas. And with not a chance of controlling their destiny.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. And that's before. Look, that's before we got to November. That happened in October.
Exactly. Oh my God. So yeah. So Miami at 18. So moving along, we have Georgia Tech coming in at 17, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
So Georgia Tech still a pretty good team under Brent Key. So we'll see what happens with them. I know they had that loss last week, but
Mm-hmm.
they're looking to try to finish out strong throughout this rest of the season. So we'll see what happens. Number 16, we have Vanderbilt. The Vanderbilt Commodores. They had a heartbreaking loss against Texas last week, but this is still a really good football team, Chris. So who knows? You really can't count out Vanderbilt at all
No,
in these situations. So,
not at
so
all.
we will see. 15, Louisville, Jeff Brom and company playing good football. I know he's been getting, name dropped in terms of potential destinations outside of Louisville. So we'll see if he can keep the guys motivated going forward and trying to make a run at the CFP. Number 14, Chris, we have Virginia. Virginia's been riding high ever since that big win against Florida State, and all they do is win.
Yeah.
That's all they know at this point.
It ain't pretty, but it's been getting the job done.
Exactly. It was all you can ask for if you're a Virginia fan. So yeah, so we will now head into 13, and then we'll go into the top 12. Um, Utah coming in at 13, Chris. So Devin Dampier and company still playing really good football. They had that big game against Cincinnati, and they pretty much blew out Cincinnati in that ball game. So they're a for real football team, Chris. Can't say anything else about what Utah has been doing.
Yeah, no, Utah. They have proven themselves to, you got to be a really good team to beat them.
Yeah,
Only losses came to the two best in the conference so far.
exactly. So yeah, we will see what happens with the Utes going forward. We wrap up the season. Now, Chris, we will now go into the top 12. I will name all of these teams pretty fast, and then we'll go into the seeding. So, number 12, we have Oklahoma Sooners. Coming in at 11, we have the Texas Longhorns. So, Orange Man and them are knocking on the door. Number 10, Notre Dame. Number 9, Oregon. 8, Texas Tech. We have number 7, BYU Cougars. Number 6, we got Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin and company, still playing some really good football right now. And so they pretty much control their own destiny down there in Oxford. Number 5, we have Georgia, the Bulldogs. Got a big game this weekend in Stark Vegas. Potential trap game. We'll see. Number 4, Alabama. Number 3, Texas A&M. Number 2, Indiana, and of course number 1, Ohio State. So that is your top 25, folks, for the college football playoff for this season. It just, I'm not gonna lie, Chris. They pretty much narrowed down all the teams that I feel like needed to be in there. So I think this is a good start. I can't. I'm not gonna be up in arms with what the committee did
Nah,
this week.
I'm with you, Kory. You know, I feel like they did a good job. They really did. It's not bad. It really isn't terrible. This
No,
is a good starting point. I feel like they showed a lot of respect to teams that have good losses. If you lost to someone who is a playoff team and it was a competitive game, i.e., a Utah, we're not going to knock you down too far down the peg. You're right there on the outside looking in. If you got some good wins on your resume, you've played very well. Like Alabama has a lot of good wins. So we got you here in the top 5. Georgia has good wins. Hasn't been pretty, but Georgia's been winning, and so they're top 5 teams so far. Yeah, it's interesting though to see the respect I feel like the Big 12 has received in this initial poll when you have a BYU, a Texas Tech, and a Utah all right there in the mix, Kory, as this potential. All three of those teams could. There's a scenario where all three make the playoff. As crazy as it sounds. Um,
mm-hmm.
so the committee has set everything up pretty well. I feel like with the initial rankings. Um, Now we just got to sit back and watch this movie play out because there's some crazy scenarios that can happen, that can definitely take place, and we'll really learn a lot about the committee if those nightmare scenarios were to happen.
Absolutely, Chris. Yeah, it knowing this season, it's already been crazy. Who knows what can happen in the month of November at this point now? So, this is a great starting point. Like you said, Chris, I think the committee got it right, and we will see just how interesting these things kind of turn out to be with the committee in terms of finding the top 12 as we go through this month. This is a crazy month. Things happen. Can they got it right? I'd say for the start for this week. Can they keep getting it right? Can they keep finding the right 12 teams for this year's CFP? We'll see what happens. So, in terms of seeding, Chris, with the top 12, right now, first round games, if the CFP would start today, we have Memphis taking on Georgia, Oregon, Texas Tech. That's an interesting
That is. That is.
game. Just looking at it. Virginia, Ole Miss. Yeah, I feel like that game
I,
would be like
I
24
think. Oh,
24 to fourth quarter.
yeah, that game would be interesting. I can honestly see that game almost playing out like the Penn State SMU game last year. I could see maybe Ole Miss maybe putting the pause on Virginia. Yeah, we'll see.
Who knows? Who knows? It'll be interesting. I
There's
will
gonna
say
be
that.
there's always gonna be that one game I feel like Kory where a team gets gets punched on in the
Yeah.
first round.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's the gifts that keeps on giving
Hmm.
with this 12 team playoffs. So yeah, I wouldn't see anything different. And then yeah, we got Notre Dame taking on BYU. So
Mm, mm.
what would that be? The Holy War? Is that what you call it?
Man, I guess yeah, it's yeah, it's the other holy war, huh? You know.
Yeah. So yeah, it would be an interesting ball game for sure. So yeah, and then you have your top four teams: Alabama, Ohio State, Texas A&M, and Indiana.
Let me see that 8-9 matchup.
Hmm
Who is that again?
It would be Oregon, Texas Tech.
That's tough, Ohio State.
Yeah.
I mean, again, Ohio State getting just shafted if things play out like that. Like they got the raw end of the deal last season as the number one seed, and hey, you telling me the boys they'll mess around and have to play the winner of that one? You might get Texas Tech. That's
Um.
tough.
The so the winner between Oregon and Texas Tech has to face Ohio State.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That's just
That's your that's your prize.
dog,
Jeremiah Smith.
dog. Still though, I feel like Ohio State. Hey, man, we found the one seed. Why I gotta play Texas Tech or Oregon for that matter? Hey, mm, mm. Boy,
Definitely something else. So hey,
yeah.
so yeah, I mean that would be interesting on whoever wins that ball game, man. Good luck.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
luck.
If that was to happen, I would enjoy seeing Texas Tech against Ohio State. I think that would be a very fun matchup. I
Mhm.
think Texas Tech's defense is the truth.
Yeah,
So I would like to see them go up against Jeremiah Smith and be curious to see how that game plays out.
yeah. No. So that definitely be an interesting ball game for sure. So hey, I would be there. Watch that game if it would happen. I mean, for Oregon, Ohio State, well, it'd be trying to get revenge back from last year, but I don't think I don't know. Yeah, like I like this Oregon team, but man, I don't know, Chris. It was something that Indiana must have broke us because because Oregon it feels like they haven't given us that same cachet, that same reason to be scared of them since losing to Indiana.
Um, they exposed them boys just a little bit. We'll see. We'll see how everything plays out.
Yeah.
Well, we'll know a little more this weekend, Kory.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, man.